I remember one of my first days at Tottenham, and John McDermott and I went to meet Classford at Broadwater Farm, and I must admit, even there, no, and we pulled up in a Vauxhall Vectra, and I said to him as I sat there thinking, we just look like police. Yeah. And I'm shrewd enough to understand the areas that I'm in, thinking this is not going to go well. I can't, and it was fine. Classford was fine, so he looked after us. But I recognise that there's some communities that perhaps you're not going to be able to work with. So over time, we built up a program working with Polish young people and football. So I was thinking, right, I want to get scouts that can work in that community because it'd be difficult. One, there might be some language barriers. Two, culturally, I'm not going to understand fully, and they're not necessarily going to trust me. So therefore, I need to make sure there are other people that are going to help me do that. So I'm not trying to say that it's not my responsibility. I'm not going to get involved. Yeah. And clearly, the place I worked with, that couldn't be the case. I had to immerse myself in a club that was forever changing. And the makeup of the club was changing, and a lot of emerging communities are coming to those kind of areas. So it was constant change. And I felt very comfortable in that environment. So it wasn't really a big deal for me to go to Tottenham, which actually was very much like the club that I ran when I first went there. Tottenham, based in Chigwell, there was, it wasn't very. I remember the first academy photograph, and there was literally a group of boys that are all pretty much all white. Yeah. And because it came from the leafy suburbs of Essex, and that's where they all came from. Yeah. Through staff recruitment, and the main reason they asked me to go there was because I knew London. I knew inside the North Circular. We weren't scouting inside the North Circular. Yeah. We weren't going into Haringey. We weren't going into Hackney. And they were kind of my areas. I knew Market Road. I knew all the places to go. I knew the people. I knew all the leagues. Yeah. And so suddenly you're changing the whole thing. And that had its challenges, challenges for the coaches who suddenly were dealing with different types of kids. Kids that weren't always going to be on time, and they couldn't understand that the challenge of a young person coming from Hackney was different from somebody that was getting in with their mum and dad on a Range Rover.